This is bullshit. Nobody panic. Here it comes.
I hear you.
There it goes. Welcome everybody to another edition of Snooze Button, Run Button's weekly morning live show. It's another dreary Tuesday morning, and it is still technically morning because it's not noon yet. No, They can never take that away from us. I'm your host this week, Kylie Churchill. I'm here, as always, with Keith J. Carberry.
Hi, it may be technically... What was it that you said?
Morning.
Fuck. Morning. No.
Ele-
It may be technically... I don't know, whatever. It's not summer anymore. It's fall. Summer's over.
Okay.
Your intro went on a little bit longer than I expected, and I basically lost all of it.
I didn't.
It's gone.
I didn't say anything about the season. I just said it's a rainy,
No,
dreary
but
day.
you had something. Yeah, you said something, and I was like, oh, I'll take that phrase and I'll turn it around about how the seasons have changed.
Okay.
Since last we did this. It's been fall for a little bit. Summer's already over. That's crazy. What happened to summer? I spent it indoors because
yeah, it was long and hot. I don't know where you've been,
I
but
felt like it was short and hot.
yeah. Speaking of short and hot, this week's guest is our friend Courtney Steins.
Yeah.
Hi.
Wait. I was just thinking. I don't want my last name because I was thinking to stop patriarchy. We should all come up with new names, new last names.
New last names.
Yep, and
There
that's
was
the exact sort of thing you can expect from Courtney.
yay.
Courtney Blank, who we did just ask 5 minutes ago, hey, can we use your last name? Because sometimes you get mad when we say your last name.
Yeah, but I think she explained all of this. She was like, you can, but also I have a whole thing about how we need new names. And we're like,
Right.
okay, just let's get started first.
Are you putting things on your microphone again?
Yeah,
What are you
stop.
doing?
You do not rub.
I know. I was just sniffing my nose because my nose is runny.
Wait, are you sniffing your nose next to a freight train? What the fuck's
No,
going
no,
on?
no. Are you rubbing your nose on the
that's the air
microphone?
conditioning. This apartment's very small.
No, you're rubbing your nose on the microphone, aren't
No.
you?
I am
you're-
not. No, see, I'm under the air conditioner, and the air conditioner just turned on. So if it's like brr, it's the air conditioner.
Okay, yeah, it's the air conditioner blowing into the microphone. You gotta stop that shit.
This is
I don't know how to
Courtney's.
stop it. The air conditioner's off.
This is Courtney's first time using a condenser microphone. She's not used to this.
Right, yes, so-
she's not used to the sounds on her end actually making it over to us.
Right, yeah. So
But listen to this, guys. Listen to this.
I can't help but listen to it.
What do you guys think this is?
I think it's a forced
sounded like
air.
hard stock cardboard.
No, it's that same teddy bear.
I thought you were asking about the air noise. I was like, still sounds like a forced air conditioner. Still sounds like central AC right next to the
Okay.
mic.
No, I heard another noise. It sounded like heavy cardstock.
Okay.
Okay, air conditioner seems to have turned up.
And what
So
if
yeah,
it's
All right. We'll
no,
get
it
to
did
you
not
in a
seem to
minute,
turn off.
Courtney. We've got stuff to do over here, okay? We've got a whole routine that we normally go through. You probably know all about our routine. First, we ask each other how we're doing. I'll go first. I'm really tired. I haven't slept since midnight. And I'm just coasting on nothing.
Yeah, your sleep schedule has been dog shit,
Yeah,
huh?
it's been fun.
I can tell because every time it's like 6 a.m. and I'm still up, and I'm like, wow, Kylie's still up? What the fuck? That's stupid. Do you have Courtney muted while we do this bit because of the terrible noises that are coming out of her new
It's
microphone?
not that bad. You guys are acting like
it's
no,
it's unlistenable.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Courtney. It's like it does sound bad.
No, it doesn't. You guys are just over exaggerating.
No, we really
is.
aren't.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me hear it. Let me hear it on my
Listen,
side.
it's hard to explain, but like when you're in a room with air blowing, it just kind of your ears tune it out and it fades into the background. When it's coming over a radio show, it's very.
It sounds like someone's blowing in your ear while you're having a conversation with someone else.
Yeah.
But I'm listening to it on the Twitch. It does not sound
right.
I don't
but
hear
you
it
have bad taste.
Go on. Well, if Courtney thinks it's good,
look at the people. Look at the people on Twitch. They're saying that they can't hear it.
All right. If they can't hear it, then whatever.
But no, they're wrong. It's one person in the Twitch said Courtney's right. That's not enough.
Yeah,
they're wrong.
Well, Courtney, if you wouldn't mind just taking a stroll over to your air controls and seeing if you can shut it off, I'd really appreciate that.
Okay, hold on.
Thank you. Oh, wait. Shit. Well, anyways, the next thing I had to say about my sleep habits involved Courtney, because I was going to be like, oh, Courtney, when I sent you that text, like I sent Courtney a text before she went to sleep to remind her that she had to get up for this show, and I haven't slept since then.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, sounds great, Courtney.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. I went to sleep with my daughter last night at 9:30, and I slept 3 hours until 12:30, and then I just couldn't get back to sleep, and I was just in bed, just staring at stuff. And
like what? What kind of stuff?
Darkness mostly, pillows. It wasn't
Classics.
I wasn't sleeping in my bed, so it was like extra hard to go to sleep. This is a change that I think has come about in recent years, is like my body gets really upset when I sleep in an abnormal spot. Like even I've tried like putting my head at the other end of my bed, like, and my body's like, what the fuck? What did you do? And I was like, I just turned around. I just thought maybe it would be good. Me talking to my body, like, I just thought it would be good for us to maybe try the other end of the bed. He's like, no, you idiot. Oh God, this is going to hurt for days now.
No, oh, you mean like it causes you physical pain?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like you go like, oh, I'm in a new position. I can't fall asleep because I'm not in my comfortable normal position.
There's maybe that, but then also I'll just like it might be like I might have flipped over to the other end of the bed because I was like, oh, this actually feels good. I'm like, oh, maybe the other end of the mattress has been weighed down by me sleeping on it every night, and the other end of the bed feels like extra bouncy or whatever. And then I'll wake up the next morning and I'll feel like shit because I deigned to not sleep in my own body hole or whatever.
Have you tried like maybe, I don't know, like this is where it always works for me, but have you just tried closing your eyes?
Yes. Was okay, so now I have to do I have to do what you're never supposed to do. I've got to look at this explosion, Courtney. Is that a joke? Were you making a joke just now?
Well, I mean, I can sleep no matter what. I sometimes even fall asleep when I'm trying to stay awake.
Oh, you were being serious.
So I don't know, like
That's
maybe
really
like
funny.
like, cause I have to like, well, no, I can fall asleep at the drop of the hat no matter what.
Right.
And
you thought maybe your secret that you have that no one else has figured out is closing your eyes.
Well, maybe you need to turn on a fan.
Oh no, Courtney, I can't turn on a fan when I go to sleep because I'll get fan death. I'll die in the middle of the
Well,
night from
maybe
having the
that's the
fan
secret
on.
to falling asleep is that you have to die a little to go to sleep.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
wow.
Very,
I
very
do. I mean, after all, the French did call sleeping the little death.
right. And we all know that is true.
That's true. You
And
can't.
I think
Nobody could
maybe
disprove
also,
that.
I think also like if you made your feet cold, you'd fall asleep faster.
Okay, so
Um,
I shut fan on, little death, feet
sorry.
Feet.
cold.
The reason Keith and I laughed so hard when you said that is because Keith and I both have always had trouble going to sleep, and that is like that's like our it's like a joke that we keep bringing up is that people will try to give you sleeping advice and they'll be like, have you tried lying down and closing your eyes?
Right. It's people who have never, like, maybe a couple times in their life have been through like the thing that I go through every night, which is like, I'm tired. It's time if I want to go to bed, it means that I have to spend 2 straight hours lying still and not thinking.
Yeah.
I have to have I have to have like two forms of like YouTube on playing at 2 times speed, and I have to have like to go to sleep. I cannot sleep with
Wait.
silence. How can you sleep with silence?
Sorry. Wait.
Yeah.
Now, you said 2 videos at 2 times speed. Have you tried simplifying it to just 1 video at 4 times speed?
Yes, but you know, if you're on your phone, it doesn't let you go to 4 times speed. It only lets you go to 2 times speed.
And you've gotten
So you
had to
you have
get
2
you have to get
phones.
2 phones.
You have a burner. You have a YouTube sleep burner. Wait, why don't you just listen to white noise? It just sounds like that's white noise.
Ooh, listen.
You
No,
just
no,
have
no.
What about nature sounds?
No, you guys don't listen to how I listen to things because I think things are too slow in 1 time speed. So if you listen to things in 2 times speed, that's a normal sounding speed. So you could listen to more videos in 2 times speed or even 3 times speed and still get the information.
I know how
we've
speed
been over
works.
we've been over this so many times. Like, yes, higher speed is faster. We know that. But second of all, I mean, this is like a skill. It's both a sickness you have and a skill that you have because getting all the information at 2 times speed is hard. It's not like you do have to practice at it.
It's a skill that I think both of us have. I think Kylie and I both have the skill of listening to things at 2 times speed.
I spend a lot of time with editing our videos at 1.5 times speed, but I don't like to because it's too fast for me.
I do it at like 1.8.
What if you listen to things at 2 times speed and that tires your brain out and that's how you fall asleep instantly?
Okay,
But
maybe.
it doesn't.
But
That's
have
not-
you tried?
I don't need to try.
If I put on a video at 2 times speed, this is honestly what would happen is I think what would happen is I wouldn't be able to sleep because my stupid magpie brain would be too busy thinking about the novelty of this weird, really fast video I'm doing. Like to fall asleep.
I would just be watching the video. It would just be faster.
Yeah, or I would be watching the video. I was already assuming that I was like not paying attention, but like my like I can't have any novelty of any kind because then my brain immediately latches onto it and won't fall asleep. But I also can't have too little stimulation because then my brain gets bored and wakes up. It is a nightmare.
No. I'm saying like you have to listen to something at 2 times speed all the time, like 24 hours a day. So that way your brain is always tired.
The cost is too high.
Yeah, Courtney, my brain's already always tired. That's the thing. It doesn't. This is the thing about the insomnia. There's no real logic to it.
Okay. Yes. There's not. It is. Yeah. There's nothing. Okay. I just need to repeat back to you, Courtney, that your solution is why don't you just ruin your brain by making it constantly tired by never stopping listening to
2 times speed
to
YouTube
content
videos.
at 2 times speed, so that when you go to bed, you can listen to 2 things at 2 times speed and get. I just don't believe that you can listen to 2 separate things at 2 times speed.
But what if like instead like you have the training of listening to everything in 2 times speed, so then when you take it off, it's like when Rock Lee took off those weights. Then when you finally take off your
Whoa!
headphones, you're like,
Whoa!
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 Did you? I'm sorry. Who took off what?
like Rock Lee when he took
I don't
off
even
the
know
weights
who the
in
fuck
Naruto.
that is. I don't even know who the fuck that is, Courtney. What are you even talking
Didn't
about
you
right
ever
now?
watch Naruto?
No, Kylie only
no.
read Naruto.
Yeah, I only read Naruto, and I sure
Yeah,
as
and
hell
Rock Lee was an invention for the anime.
No, it's not true. But I'm just saying, listen, if you're gonna be referencing an anime character taking weights off, you're gonna be fucking talking about Goku. You're gonna be talking about Piccolo. You're not gonna come into my goddamn house and bring Rock Lee over here.
I'm taking issue with this. Do you want to know why? And Kylie, I think you know that if anyone is able to defend the Rock Lee, it's over saying Goku or Piccolo. It's me.
Okay,
do you want to hear my defense?
I already have 2 possible ideas in my head of what they might be, and I already know I don't like them.
Okay.
So basically, I've already had the conversation in my own head, and I've decided that I'm right, and we should just move on.
Okay, well then when Goku...
How fast, at what speed was that conversation?
It was, this yeah. I cranked up to, it was a Kaioken times 20 speed is how fast I did it.
All right, let me hear, please let me hear what you think the reasoning is, my reasoning is for why it's okay to say Rock Lee instead
I don't
of
really,
Piccolo.
okay. I don't really know what you're probably going to say. The thing I was thinking of was, are you going to be like, Dragon Ball didn't invent martial artists having weights on their body, to which I would respond, of course I know that. I'm just like, no. I think it's that on Run Button, we reference Goku taking weights off so much that for Courtney to come in here and be like, yeah, Rock Lee, I'm like, fuck you. Also, I just always thought Rock Lee was one of the weaker Naruto characters, and it bums me out that he's so popular, I guess.
Well, you're wrong. Watch the show. He's good.
Well, we probably shouldn't watch Naruto. There's like people who have made a list like what episodes you should watch and not watch. I hear Boruto sucks. I think Boruto is a cool idea.
No one is in 2021 is making it up to and then through Boruto. Anyway,
wait, what?
The thing is the imagery of Rock Lee taking off and dropping the thing and then the huge explosion. It is just a more impressive visual than happens in Dragon Ball Z. Like in Dragon Ball Z,
you didn't even
I was training with weights, and then you drop them, and they like crack the ground. And it's like big whoop. But in
no, I disagree.
No, it totally is. Like Rock Lee drops the thing, and there's like an explosion. Like it explodes.
Well, no, I know,
you should watch the clip.
But I feel like I'm thinking about the drama of the event, Keith, not just how good they drew the pictures. How dare you?
I gotta say, I think it is a higher drama. I think that in Dragon Ball Z, it feels like a duel, like a fun game, and the stakes are much higher in Naruto.
This is like a thing that's happened multiple times in Dragon Ball. What are you thinking of?
I'm thinking of the. Well, there's a few. There's one. There's Goku and Pikkon.
Oh wow!
Fast forward to Goku and Pikkon.
Hey,
that's probably the.
Oh, yeah. You're hurting your own case, buddy.
There's Goku and Pikkon.
I think the real tragedy is that a second ago I was trying to say something to Courtney about Naruto, and then you pushed us on, and now I don't even know what we were talking about.
About
Boruto. That I was like, yeah, it's an okay concept, but yeah, it does suck.
Was it the Tien fight in? Is that when the weights come off?
No, it's probably. I don't know. It could just be the Piccolo fight, Piccolo Junior fight.
Piccolo Junior. It could be that. Yeah, I think it is that. think it is that. Yeah, it's the Piccolo fight.
Anyways, listen, wow, I came in here, I thought we were going to talk about keyboards. I thought we were going to talk about donut shops, but we got Courtney here, so we're already yelling about anime and whatever else, and changing our names.
So where does that leave us? Okay, so the end of the I need to dig in because we spent so much time on the stupider side of this, which is why don't we listen to stuff faster and train ourselves to listen.
I can't believe you're shitting on my ideas.
It's so
dumb.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
listen,
it's so bad. But I have to. So you listen to two separate things at the same time.
Yeah, see,
do you listen to them, or do you simply create a background din so that
what?
Are you just trying to make a bunch of fucking noise, or are you actually listening to two videos at the same time?
Well, see, like, I wish my perfect setup, if this could work, would be I got
it. It's the first one.
It's the first one. There's
YouTube
no
on
way.
The top of my phone, and then I want TikTok on the bottom half of my phone. But I wish the two apps wouldn't cancel each other out.
Yeah, they have some of those weird folding phones with the two screens. Is that anything?
Right, but the phone will know that you're trying to listen to two things at once, and the phone knows that people can't do that, and so it doesn't let you do that.
My number one
do that.
thing that I've always wanted is to be able to play music while I listen to a podcast.
I don't see why they don't allow you to do that. But you can only do that on your computer.
It's I think I think it would add a lot of finickiness to using the device. Probably.
Yes, but then it would be perfect for me.
Hey, yeah. I mean,
why don't you just listen to like go to YouTube and search like party background noises, and then you get like a bunch of people like talking about nothing in the background.
Wait,
I need to hear about what you guys say.
We're talking about how to help Courtney go to sleep. Courtney, have you tried lying down with your head on a pillow and closing your eyes?
Yeah.
And how's that work for you?
I just go to sleep.
Then why don't you do that?
Yeah, so this is the thing is that
why don't you
Courtney
do that?
already claims to be able to fall asleep at the drop of a hat. That is the thing, is that like, why do you need this setup if you just fall asleep right away anyway?
Because because I think like if I listen to stuff, then I'm gonna learn it while I sleep.
What? No, you won't.
No, that's
how
not
do you know?
True.
Because
how do you know?
Because if you can't follow it while you're awake, you'll never follow it while you're asleep.
So why are you saying I can't follow it in my sleep?
Right. Well, you are asleep.
You're asleep.
That's why you're asleep.
Like you might the best you could hope for is having weird dreams where you're like dreaming about some of the things that you're hearing.
Isn't that just learning?
This is just back to you believing in magic. You're like, come on, why can't there be sleep magic where the things that you hear when you sleep, you learn it without even having to use your brain?
Yeah. It's just the classic Courtney defense, like say something that's impossible, and then we say it's impossible, and then you say, yeah, but why? And it's like, it just is. Did you ever fall asleep in class in school?
Mm-hmm.
You did? Yeah.
No.
And did you learn? You never fell asleep in class in school?
You liar.
You're lying.
No, I said I always fall asleep.
Okay. I think said no. Did you ever learn any of that stuff?
Yes, I feel like I did.
All right. Well.
Okay. Did you display that aptitude on a test or quiz?
Did you show that work?
When the teacher woke you up and said like, "What the fuck are we talking about, Courtney?" and did you answer the question?
I bet like if we didn't study right now, it would show that I am learning.
No, this has actually reawoken an old memory of mine. Courtney, do I remember you saying that like when you were in high school, like your thing was that you would fall asleep with your eyes open in class so that people thought you were still awake?
Oh yeah.
Tell us about this.
I could fall asleep with my eyes open, and so I would just seem like I was awake.
How did you fall asleep with your eyes open?
They just naturally do that if you sit up.
They don't.
Yes, they do. Mine do.
What do you mean they just naturally do that?
I want to take Courtney's word for it, but
Do
you think that you're one of those dolls with like the weighted eyes that like close when it lies down and opens when they sit up?
I think so, because like maybe like when I'm just because like you can just like if you're sitting up and you're staring into space, you can just fall asleep like that, can't you?
No.
I would
not. Shut.
I honestly, not in a million years could I do that. I can't even conceive of falling asleep with my eyes open. I don't even know how that would work. I mean, I believe you, but
like you just sit up and like you're sitting on those school chairs that are made for sitting or any chair. Well, you don't even need a chair. Like you can sit on any chair that you want, and if you just you just zone out and then you just fall asleep without moving a muscle.
There might be. There's a lot of.
You're asleep when you're not. And you're just really tired and you're sitting there like, I'm fucking asleep right now and I'm still learning.
It sounds like you guys are very jealous.
Courtney's awake and taking notes in class like, got him again, sleeping. Well, no, it's, it's just, we're different people, live in different internal universes.
Well, if you sleep, like if you're like a passenger in a car, can't you just fall asleep?
No, God, no.
Yeah, I can, yeah.
If I'm exhausted, like if it is like the time that I should be asleep for the night, I can maybe get it to happen, but then when I'll wake up, I'll feel terrible.
Okay, so here's the thing that I think this is the missing link I think for Courtney. So Courtney, yes, when I'm a passenger in a car, something happens where I get very sleepy, and I actually find it much easier to fall asleep driving in a car, like being the passenger of a car, than lying down in a bed at night trying to go to sleep. And what happens is, as part of going to sleep, my eyes close.
Right.
And so when you go to sleep,
well, I guess.
Do you have external confirmation that your eyes were open?
Like, I guess what I'm wondering is...
Or do you just not remember going, okay, time to shut the eyes?
Like...
No, because people would make fun of me and like, hey, you're sleeping with your eyes open. And I'm like, that's very embarrassing.
Yeah. This might just be a skill that you have.
What is the sensation of waking up from having been asleep with your eyes open? Like, how do you know you're waking up? Just because people told you that you were asleep?
I mean, like, I don't know. Like, if you fall asleep, no matter if your eyes are closed or open, like, you wake up the same way. It's like you have to blink. So sooner or later, you have to blink.
I guess.
Duh.
I don't know. But, Courtney, I don't know if there's any difference between sleeping with your eyes open or closed, because I am not capable of sleeping with my eyes open, so I have no frame of reference for this phenomenon. It's like, I don't know. Who cares? I just got bored of this.
Yeah, we don't care anymore.
Okay. Wait, people are saying I might have some kind of sleep disorder. I hope not. But I do fall asleep a lot.
Don't listen to anybody in a Twitch chat. No offense to the Twitch chat.
I mean, Courtney could totally have a sleeping disorder. That doesn't sound outside the realm of possibility.
Right. We know that two of us already do. It's just the opposite one.
It'd be cool if we could, if we could, trade powers, and I could give you some of my sleep power.
Oh God,
you can get rid of your fall asleep too good disease.
What would I pay for some of that sleep power? Oh boy.
That's what doctors should figure out. It's like if two people have an opposite problem, that they should connect these two people so they can have the opposite power. Give them half of their DNA.
Yeah, why are doctors connecting different powers?
Yeah, like a person who's missing their left leg and a person who's missing their right leg, and they can share pairs of socks forever.
I mean, you can
No,
do
I
that
think it's
already.
more like someone who is missing, someone who like I'm trying to think of a good analog where it's more magic, because with the thing that Courtney's describing again is magic.
It's not magic. It's not magic until someone invents it,
like-
and then you're gonna be like, "Oh man, I wish I invented
Yeah, I mean,
that."
she's talking about she's talking about transgender body swaps. She's talking about all the transgender people. It's like a group buy. You all put in for what gender, what kind of body you want.
Right. This is
yeah.
appropriately magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's magic because it could happen in the future.
I
No,
just don't think you've
that's
proven
not-
that you have a good barometer for what is and isn't magic.
Listen, you and Elon Musk gotta get out of my fucking face with this bullshit.
No, Elon Musk can get out, but I'm right. Elon Musk is white. I'm right because I'm black and a woman.
That's
And
not how it works,
You should
unfortunately.
listen to me.
Sorry, what is the thing that Kylie? What is the thing that Courtney is right about? I mean, what is the thing that Courtney is wrong with Elon Musk about? I missed the connection to Elon Musk.
Just the speculating about future technology, just like any any technology is just an inevitability.
Yeah, but he's doing it wrong. Like, he's trying to get off the planet and become like all to Mars and become a star people.
Courtney, Elon Musk is just you who has the actual money to back up their cockamamie schemes.
Yeah,
Right?
it's basically...
You were trying to put all men in an underground labor continent.
prison. Yeah, you were trying to do a men's slave camp underground. The mole men. You were trying to turn men into mole men.
But-
I mean, they still could turn into mole men if they want to. I mean, like, what if they're into that? Because, I saw a study about on the news, which, I mean, all studies on the news are probably
There's
just propaganda.
Never a
But,
breath.
But I think, because they were saying, oh, men are too dumb and they're not going to college, and, that's going to make it so women don't want to
verbatim?
Huh?
Was that
They're
verbatim?
not going to college.
These men are so dumb, not even going to college.
Well, it was a study.
Well,
and,
it was a
that's
man
the-
who was
that's the
saying that, so.
Eye-catching, headline is these men aren't going to college; they're never going to get laid. And so, so if we took all those broken men and we put them in the underground colleges, then
Courtney,
they could-
do you think that all it takes for a man to be broken is to not go to college?
No, I'm saying is this was in the news article. It says that women don't want to be with men who aren't as educated as them, and so that's gonna make a whole bunch of men undateable to women.
That's
it's
just
fine
some men
be-
shit. First,
Huh?
okay. First of all, ours wouldn't be the first generation to start settling, and second of all, that just sounds like some shit some men decided to put into the news.
Oh yeah, that definitely does sound like it. But what if instead of making these men useless they are right now, we put them in an underground college to make them useful?
I guess I just worry about the long-lasting psychological effects of being imprisoned underground.
And I find the term useful to be loaded. I don't have as much of a problem with underground, but what does useful mean?
Good. Frankly, the enslavement in the underground prison, that doesn't bother me at all. But I am worried about results.
Well, I haven't looked at results yet, but I bet it could work out.
Right, we're just gonna throw them down there, and probably something pretty good will happen.
We don't know.
No,
You know-
it's just. I mean, it just sounds like one of those studies that's for some reason, men are more people are choosing to not go to college, and it probably doesn't have anything to do with the fact that going to college can financially destroy you
Yeah.
for the rest of your life, and it's probably just because men are getting stupider. And
There was a study and stuff, but I didn't read all of it. I just read the headline because I wasn't gonna read all that.
Sure. I mean, I'm wondering if the problem was less with the headline and more with the individual who read it and interpreted it, and then gave it back to us.
I'm willing to jump to the conclusion that it's both.
Sure, yeah.
Like that it was a bad study and also Courtney.
So thank you
definitely think-
everyone again for joining us here on Snooze Button on Tuesday. Our game for today is going to be Steins Gate.
Yeah. By the way, I'm interrupting you,
I noticed.
but I do want to say while you're doing your little speech here,
Okay. Yeah.
that maybe Courtney should figure out how to shut the fan off again.
It'll be done any
Oh, it keeps
second.
coming back on. I can't turn it up any higher. Like, you want me to turn it up to 80 degrees?
Listen, it's
no,
it's
no,
fine.
I guess I just.
Listen, I turned my
Just-
AC on, so it's just happening now.
Ugh, it really is driving me insane to listen to.
I probably have a noise gate on.
But it's driving me insane to listen to.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That sounds like a you problem.
Courtney, don't be unprofessional. Go turn off your fan. Come on.
Yeah,
we're all
we
just-
all are hot all the time recording. That's just the job.
It is true. It is true.
He turned it off.
Thank
Or
you so much.
or you could like move your computer
Can't
setup.
move. This is like a one studio apartment. What do you want us to do? Go into the closet or in the bathroom?
I want you to apply yourself at a job, 40 to 60 hours a week, very, very hard. And I want you to save up your money and not spend it on frivolous things, and then buy yourself a 3-acre plot of land out in the country, and then have a silent recording studio.
And look, if you feel like you can't get that going, we might have to put you underground.
Yeah, I guess the American dream's just not for you, my friend.
Okay, well, you see, if we go by those rules, I would take the underground if we could like get a bigger place.
No,
Now, if
AC
you go-
underground's already cool down there.
Wow.
Okay, well, see, then I would go underground. You're not punishing me. I think this is a good idea.
Why aren't we just going underground to solve the global warming crisis? And then, of course, I mean,
That is-
it does have its limits because, of course, if you go too deep, it starts getting hot again. But
You gotta go real deep.
I feel like we could find some good middle ground. I've seen the core. There's some interesting levels down there.
I do think, it might solve the temperature issue, but does not stop the rising water issue, which actually gets worse if you dig.
But okay, if the water is rising, how come we can't build houses with the water in mind? Like make it out of steel or something, or I don't know, like make it out of sand, or like when you play like Minecraft.
Wait,
Famously
wait.
impenetrable.
Yeah, sand structures famously hold up against water. You're right.
Oh no! I feel like we could find a way to build waterproof stuff with nature in mind.
Well, okay, but here's the thing, though, Courtney, is that, I mean, first of all, there's just the undeniable fact that waterfront property has been the most desirable property for all of human existence. So
Why?
because it's nice to be near water.
Trade for a long time
Yeah.
because of trade.
That too.
But we don't need trade anymore. We have
Yeah,
not
we don't need
anymore
trade
because
anymore.
like Corona ruined that. So like
God
you know.
damn it! How
we
did we
probably
get
do need
here? I was
trade.
just trying to say we were playing Steins Gate, motherfucker.
Yeah, when's that gonna happen?
Soon. It's.
Okay,
I mean, it's
someone said stilts,
honestly.
but I don't
no,
mean stilts.
honestly, Courtney, the more you try to derail us with asking, like, why can't we just ignore global warming and lean into it by, like, building floatable houses, it's
Not
just going to
saying
take
floatable
longer.
Houses. I say we build under the water.
I know. I was punching up your idea because yours was even worse.
Right? Yeah, you should be thanking her
Yeah.
like, why don't we just have houses that are underwater and we just live underwater? Is it bad? It's not a good.
We're not groupers. Like, I don't know what you're asking.
Right? Yeah.
Well,
I
see,
am
always
and
think-
will not be I am not and will not be a flounder.
Well, I think we should rearrange our DNA to live underwater or live
No.
better compatible.
No,
to
I have
water.
such a better idea, Courtney. What if
Yeah?
we just stop destroying the environment
But corporations
with
aren't going to
pollution?
stop that.
That's Courtney. This is the world we're in. Is it feels more possible to re-engineer the genetic code of all people than to end corporate capitalism?
I mean, if we could end corporate capitalism, half my ideas wouldn't have to be thought.
I've often found myself thinking that. Listen, we're here today to play Steins Gate, which is an anime visual novel that I believe is acclaimed by someone. I saw it was on sale on Steam recently. I saw it and was like, that's a cheap price. It's from Spike Chunsoft. They publish some pretty cool games. Maybe I'll check this out. It was like a few dollars. And I installed it, and then I had it sitting there in my Steam library, and I was like, oh, that's a Courtney snooze button right there. That's just zip that up. That's all. And
You like Steins Gate, Courtney?
I know, it's kind of wordy.
what the fuck, Courtney? That is not the response I got when I came to you asking about Steins Gate.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know about it, and I read everything about it, and, like, I watched the anime. Yeah, I still think it's kind of wordy. Like, they could have probably used less words.
All right, thank you.
You should review books.
We also we could also, if we have some time left over and I'm not feeling like I want to collapse, we could go to our other gate game, Lemnis Gate.
I've never heard of that one.
Well, it just came out today. That one's not a Courtney game, let's be honest. It sounds like Frozen Synapse, but somehow a first-person shooter, and that I have to see.
Right. Yeah, that seems to be exactly what it is, as far as I can tell. What if you were one of the little people in Frozen Synapse?
That might be rad. I
Could be really cool.
still feel like such an idiot for never playing Frozen Synapse 2.
It's good. I tried to get you to play with me.
I know. Listen, we got to talk keyboard stuff, you guys.
Okay. Well, I did not expect this to come back up.
A lot of keyboard stuff went down for me in the last 7 days, or maybe it was 14 days because I think we missed one. I thought I was gonna come in here and tell my personal journey of taking apart my Razer keyboard and spending hours like lubing each switch individually and adding the O rings to the.
But you have the
keycaps.
optomechanical switches, right? Do those even lube?
So I mean, you can. Yeah, the thing about the optical switches is there's no
Optomechanical.
There's nothing. There's no there's no electricity that goes through those switches at all. It's all on the board because the way it works, if people don't know, these Razer optical switches, instead of using an electrical signal that completes when you push the key to register a key press, it's a laser beam that is broken normally, like when the key is in its normal position, it's blocking the light, and when you push it down, the light can go through and hit the sensor on the other side of the key, and it knows that you pressed the key. But I was able to, so I didn't actually take any of the switches out of the board. They sit inside the board, and I was able to like just hold the board in my hand and like take my little brush and paint all the lube inside of it. But there are limitations to what you can do with it compared to like a MX compatible switch, because you can't take the switches apart. For some reason, taking them apart, it's probably because they all have a little stabilizing bar on them, and you probably can't get the bar out without bending it or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I put the stabilizers on the keycaps. I spent just a really long time painstakingly putting way too much lube onto every single corner and crevice of each one of these switches.
You over lube?
I did, but that's
you don't
not,
want to feel gummy.
Yeah, it felt a little mush for sure. And I was also worried because I have no bezel, so the bottoms of my switches are just out there, and I was like, boy, that's probably gonna grab so much dust. But
Wait, have you heard of a mineral oil, like a computer setup?
yes, but that's not even remotely like what we're talking about.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about, so I'll just let you talk.
We're talking about keyboards.
Mm.
We're talking about putting lube inside of the switches underneath the keys to make them quieter and smoother. And I think the mineral oil thing you're talking about like a PC water cooling, but mineral oil cooling, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a viral person. Courtney loves the internet. I don't know if anybody picked
She
up
loves
on this.
viral.
Constantly consuming content. I believe that there is some viral person who has a like fish tank full of mineral oil in which all of the functioning computer parts are just strewn within.
I believe
like fully submerged in mineral oil.
I believe this is not even one person's brainchild. I think this is just a thing people are doing. I think it's a type of computer build now.
Oh, yeah. I've seen like one like specific person a couple times with
I'm
this,
not
but
sure.
I assume they didn't invent it. So
yeah
I
did. I think I like. I'm not sure if it was from this person or someone else. Like, I retweeted one of those mineral oil aquarium builds because I thought when I saw it, I assumed someone had taken a non-functional motherboard and put it inside an aquarium just as a goof. And so I retweeted that like, oh yeah, my system's liquid cooled and it's a motherboard in an aquarium. But I didn't realize that I was just describing what that was. It was actually a cooling setup.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways, keyboards. The real. So it was a lot of work, and it was nice. Yeah. It was nice. It made my keyboard. It was their clicky switches, so it could only make it so much quieter. It eliminated most of the sound. It eliminates
the noises that aren't the click.
Right, that aren't the
you
clicks.
want. You don't want the rattle.
Exactly.
Ugh. When I hear keyboard rattle, I just want to rattle my guts out.
Yeah,
I want to rattle.
Upchuck all over those keys.
Why do you have a key so much? Like, why don't you just like enjoy it?
We're just goofing. I'm goofing.
No, I do enjoy it. I enjoy it unless it rattles, and then I want to fucking yak up my lunch.
Yeah,
why are you shaking it?
You're gonna spew.
Ugh. Well, you don't shake. You shake it when you touch it. You touch it and it goes because it's rattly and terrible. Blah.
Never heard of this before.
Well, I think the real answer, Courtney, is that when you get a hobby, you just you just slowly get sucked further and further into the hobby of each little. I think all this keyboard stuff, it's less about the actual sound and more just that people like to tinker with their keyboards and they accidentally get obsessed with making it silent.
Why don't you make the keys cute? Like, because I see people
they
do make the keys different ones.
Yeah, there's all kinds of cute keycaps out there.
Yeah, mine are cute.
If there's someone out there, someone I follow on Twitter that I could be hitting up if I wanted my caps lock to be a bread loaf or whatever.
I don't like those.
Those would be cool.
I mean, the bread ones. I don't mean the bread ones specifically, but I don't like a lot of the novelty keys, like the.
I feel like I want one.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that I feel like a lot of people have one, and so it's like, I have this keyboard that has like this really unified look to it, except that I've got like Bulbasaur on my escape key, and it's just like one sticky uppy Bulbasaur thing. And that I don't know. I just don't like the idea of one key sticking up like that.
It's funny you said that because the last keycap set I saw was like, it was like the Glorious brand keycap set, and it's like all white or all black keys, except the escape key. I mean, they give you a regular escape key, but the escape key that they want you to use is all red, and it says ascend instead of escape. And I just think it's really funny for some reason.
Yeah. Well, I think that makes sense to me. Those keycaps, by the way, I'm pretty sure I know that brand, and they're so stupid expensive. Keycaps are way too expensive. Yeah. Those like stupid, like the niche. Niche brands of keycaps are hundreds of dollars for a full set.
Yeah. I need to make my own. I need to make my own version of that escape key for myself that just says ASC. So you don't even know what it's supposed to mean. It's just for myself.
Right.
It's like ASC.
For a while, I had one red one red key on my escape that I used until I replaced it with a little leaf that matched the other colors. And, you know, I don't mind the, like, having... I think it could be, like, striking to have, like, one key that is a different color.
Yeah.
But there's just something about a lot of the novelty, like, you know, a small scene cast in resin or, like, a sticky uppy Kirby or something that...
A sticky uppy Kirby.
It's not for me.
You don't want your F9 to be a little hamburger.
I don't have F keys.
All right. Hey, well, F you, buddy. F you and your lack of F keys.
I have F keys, and my F keys are hold down tree trunk and press the number pad.
Wouldn't it be cute?
What?
Yeah, he's already got tree trunk.
I already got a tree trunk. Hold down tree trunk. Tree trunk is my Windows key.
Keyboard.
Yeah, if I could, I'd want all keyboards to be like, but it would be really hard because how would I find, like, because I would want like every keyboard a different key, like custom made. But then I would think, like, how can I find
Courtney,
the key that I wanted?
Every key on a keyboard is different. So you've got that already going for you.
Yeah, but I was thinking, like, you know, you have like the bread loaf and then cheese loaf and then, like, you know, mushroom loaf and then, like,
you need a whole charcuterie spread. You need a whole charcuterie spread.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. No, that's kind of what I feel is like I see the novelty keycaps, like, by the way, if anyone doesn't really get what we're talking about, there's people out there that will make, like, you know, they'll spend 8 hours making a single keycap that looks like Kirby with his mouth open, you know, and it's super cute, but it's like $40 for that one Kirby keycap or whatever. And so it's
it'll be like a little Gengar figure.
Yeah, totally.
There's a lot of Pokemon ones. That's why I've done that 3 times.
You know, like, I feel like I'd love to have one, but I think it's just one of those cases of, like, I could never stop at one, right? Like, once you have a Kirby keycap, then the Gengar one looks sick, and then, oh my god, there's a Porygon and a Porygon 2 and a Porygon Z. I need all 3 of these. Like, I don't need another thing.
You need all the Porygons for your arrow keys.
Oh wow.
So here's the thing, though, is that if you got them, I would say that it is most common to have the sticky uppy kind, not like the resin kind where you pour resin into a keycap shape.
I forgot about that.
And I'm about to make a judgment, and you feel free to say, no, I would not do that. But you would fuck with it on your keyboard, you'd break it. You just, like, touch it all day and it would snap off.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I would. I'd rub the paint off that bread loaf on day one. But
I also, by the way, would do that. So
okay, so I had to I opened up my keyboard to do all this. I had to take the circuit board out, and I so I went around. I saw people online. There's very little information about what you can do with these Razer optical keyboards, mostly because, like, people buying Razer keyboards and keyboard enthusiasts are like 2 different circles in the Venn diagram. Like, they don't really touch. There's people
sliver.
There's people saying stupid shit like you can't lube them because it'll fuck up the light thing, which doesn't seem to be true. You can't, or they don't need to be lubed because they're already factory lubed, which, like, maybe technically, but barely. Or at least the one that I had, the clicky purple Huntsman.
The first one that I had.
What? And I went around looking for. I found a couple people recommending WD-40 dry lube, and that seemed good, probably because it would be probably less sticky and collect less dust. But I couldn't find that anywhere at, like, either of the hardware stores I went to. So I've
got a dry lube for you.
Oh,
say bacon grease.
Bacon.
That bacon grease is not a dry lube. That's a wet lube.
It's also gonna go rancid and mold. It's gonna mold.
Yeah.
You want to have a rancid, moldy keyboard?
Keith, it's just what I'm into. Fuck off. I like the smell. I like to sniff it in between FPS matches.
Right. I do one long inhale and then I sort of fall asleep for a few minutes.
Speaking of rancid, I went to make myself a glass of chocolate milk last night, and I poured some milk, and it was sour. Bummer. I stirred up all the chocolate. Looked so nice. Got ready to enjoy my nice glass of chocolate milk. Nope. Had to pour the whole thing down the drain.
All right, you ready? This is what you want. You want Micro Lubrol Omniflon XDL PTFE dry lube powder.
Yeah, so there's all these fancy keyboard lubes on the internet that keyboard people buy, but there's a lot of them, and they were confusing, and I'm impatient, and I wanted the WD-40 but they didn't have that.
I'm giving you the one to get, and I don't know what the WD-40 is.
It's too late, Keith. I already went to Micro Center and got the only keyboard lube that they had, which was it's G lube. It's the Nazi lube. It's the glorious PC gaming race lube.
Jeez.
To go with my glorious brand gaming mouse.
There. Okay.
Yeah,
I was getting that's the keycap that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a different brand because that's not the same brand.
They make the glorious Panda switches.
Okay, I'll say this: the WD-40 one seems to be the same kind of lube, the PTFE.
Oh, I'm not doubting you, Keith. I've just got plenty of lube. It's all I'm holding it in my hand.
No, I'm saying if you bought, you didn't get the WD-40 dry lube either.
No, they didn't have it at the hardware store.
Okay.
So I went to Micro Center, got some O-rings, got the G lube. They even gouged me for an ergonomic paintbrush to paint on the lube, and I was like, well, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna ruin a paintbrush, so I guess I'll just buy a new brush. But at the checkout counter, Micro Center will often just have like really random stuff, like, here's a car charger, here's some batteries, here's a cover for your printer, here's some kitchen sponges, here's some flashlights. And I'm trying to think, I'm like, I'm gonna have to go to like a craft store and get some kind of foam, some craft foam to put inside the keyboard to muffle the noises and to make it even more silent. And I saw 99-cent kitchen sponges, and I felt them, and they weren't the type of sponges that get hard and rock-like when they're dry. They were like squishy, and I was like, yeah, 99 cents, that's good enough. I'm getting bang for my buck on this one. And so I cut the sponges into like little strips and put it all in there, and it was a really tight fit, but it was less noisy after I screwed everything back in there. And for a little while it was good, and I was proud of myself and what I had accomplished.
And then what happened?
And I had I think I went to use my computer at some point, and the backlight on the keyboard was flickering. Like the RGB lighting was like acting like, ooh, I don't have enough power, I'm flickering. And I had seen like my neighbor's porch lights doing that, so I was wondering like, are we just having like a weird like brownout or something? But I'm like, that doesn't make sense because the keyboard's going through like 3 different like power steps. That wouldn't happen.
Did you break a keyboard?
I mean, break is such a strong term. So I figured, probably.
Did you destroy your PCB by screwing it into a base that was full of too much foam, and it bent it in a weird way and snapped off like a diode or something? Okay, my first thought was my hope was maybe one of the cables came loose. There's like a power cable and a ribbon cable. And my fear was like, yeah, maybe I put too much pressure on this thing and bent it in a weird way and it broke something. And I'm still not sure that didn't happen. But I had to turn the backlight off because it was just flickering and looking bad. And I was like, I was really bummed because I'm like, I think
I took it apart and like fucked with the cables, redid the cables, flipped them around, all made sure it wasn't that, and it was still not working. So I was like, I guess I broke the backlight on my keyboard. That really sucks. Not really worth it, to be honest. And then a day or two later, I went kind of like the last time I had to buy a new keyboard. I was using my computer and I went to search something on a DuckDuckGo or what have you, and when I went to type the letters, some of the letters didn't come out. And
rough.
Suddenly almost all of the letters on my bottom row were not working. And I opened the keyboard up again, and the first time I had opened it up to see what was wrong, I noticed that there was like a black smudge on the sponge that was underneath the space bar. But I thought, like, it could have been like, so, grease got on the sponge and then dirt got on the grease and it stuck there and it made a black mark. Like, I don't know, whatever. But now looking again, the black mark was like bigger and wider, and there was now turquoise stuff in the sponge.
Stuff.
Yeah. And so it's the weirdest thing. I looked at some of the components and it's like there's a bunch of these little surface mounted components that looked straight up burned out, like they're black. But then there's other ones that have like corrosion all over them. Like they're, like the say like battery corrosion, how it has that like turquoise look to it. It's like that stuff. Like, and now I'm realizing
I have a guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
So sponges, right? They come pre-wet so that they're not all dried out.
Do they? Is
yes,
that
they
what
do.
this is?
Yeah, they come. Some sponges come. So maybe you were like, "Oh, these sponges aren't all dried out, so they must be the kind that don't get all dried out." But actually, maybe they came pre-wet.
Wow.
So you had a wet sponge pressing against like hot diodes, and it like burned it out and corroded it.
So I certainly. Well, man, I'm looking at one of these sponges. Oh, fuck. Dude, that's totally what it is. Okay, because I'm looking at one of these sponges I didn't use, and I was about to be like, no, it's still squishy and everything. But it's like a faded color.
It's damp, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. What I was going to say is that these specifically are labeled as cellulose sponges. And I was like, oh, shit. That's like some kind of organic compound. I bet it just conducts electricity. Though your idea sounds now that I hear that, it sounds maybe more plausible than my version. But yeah, so I just totally I did that thing. I opened the thing up and I fucked with it and I totally broke it.
Damn.
And I felt real bad. And
what did you replace it with?
What do I do when I feel real bad? I go and spend money to fix the problem. I just got the same keyboard, basically.
Really?
Except I was like, ooh, when I got mine, they only had the purple switches. Maybe they'll have the version with the red switches. And to my shock, something I hoped for actually happened, and they did have the red switch version. And
I feel like that's a downgrade.
This is the Red Switch 2.0 version. Apparently, people had problems with the original ones. Like maybe they thought they were too loud, or they were too easily activated, or something. So they redid their red optical switches. And
red optical, not like
cherry red optical.
Because Razer does sell red. Like, they sell, like, cherry keyboards sometimes.
Well, they might sell cherry-compatible ones, but I'm pretty sure they make all their own stuff now.
For a while, they had their own blue, version. I think they were green. They had, like, basically cherry blues, except they were green. But I thought that their other ones were still cherry, but it could have changed since I... last saw. I don't know.
All right, so here's I recorded. I did a sound recording of my Purple Switch keyboard that I broke after I was done modding it. We could do you want to do a live sound comparison between the old one and the new one? I think it's pretty interesting.
I lost audio for a second, but it sounded like you wanted to do a live comparison.
Live keyboard comparison.
I'll hear it.
First I gotta find where that video of the original one was. What's Keith saying? Keith's saying something. He's out there and he's saying stuff. Videos.
I think he he said he needed to go somewhere.
I had to let my cat out.
Keith needed to let his cat out.
My cat was meowing at my door, being like, no.
Well, I actually already sent. If you go to our DMs, Keith, and scroll up, I already sent you this video a while ago. You ignored it.
On Twitter?
Yeah, on Discord.
On Discord? You didn't?
Yeah, I did. I was like, hey, this took me 5 hours. What do you think? And then you just didn't respond. Courtney, I'm going to send this to you also.
Okay.
If I had like a fancy audio setup, I could have just played it and then we could all hear it, but instead we have to do 3, 2, 1 and play it at the same time. It'll be very dramatic.
Okay,
all right, I do have it here. Look at that little guy. That's smaller than I was thinking.
Yeah, it's small. It's a little baby. It's called a mini. Let's
why it's so small?
It's a 60%.
It's real quiet. All right. Let's we're gonna I guess I'll show I'll show my stupid fat hands and my gross dirty desk on the on the video stream. This is why I only sent it to Keith on Discord and didn't post it, because I was like, this looks terrible. All right. Let's play the video. 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay.
Is this first one the old one?
Yeah. It's not that quiet. I'm going to be honest. I was kind of disappointed by it. But this is actually a huge difference compared to how it was before. It was all clacky and everything. It was like clack, 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 clack.
Well, you're always going to have a click in there.
It's a clicky switch.
Keyboard.
It's a clicky switch. I know. It's just, this is what I set myself up for that by spending 5 hours modding a clicky keyboard.
I feel like those are I'm trying to think of the word. I'm missing the word, but I guess like it is. You can hear the click, and there's not much else that you're hearing, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it even, maybe this is just my perception, it seemed like it got slightly quieter as I used it more. Like maybe the lube worked into the right spots.
Yeah. You asked me questions about lubing the keyboard, and that's basically what I said, which is like if you do a bad job lubing it, it might like get gummy, but also it will eventually kind of just like soften up and spread around.
All right, so now I'm just going to stick my microphone right in front of the new keyboard, and I'm just going to type some stuff. All right, here we go. This is unmodified, by the way. Can you hear it?
Can't even hear it, so it's perfect. It is the ultimate silent keyboard.
I'm going to start... You can hear this, though, right?
It's very faint. I think maybe this may be sort of
this is
Discord intervention.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can
Discord intervention.
See if I can intercept that intervention just for a moment. Yeah, okay. Let me turn off my noise and echo cancellation, all that stuff.
All new season of Discord intervention.
Okay. All right, here it goes. This is take two.
Uh-oh, still not it.
No? All right. Well, I just have the most silent keyboard in the universe. Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
It's just perfect.
It's
not to brag, but
so not to brag, but Razer made a good keyboard. So these are like the They definitely put some kind of like rubber sound dampening in each one of these switches.
Gasket.
Yeah, some kind of something. They feel really nice. I mean, it feels really similar to your keyboard, honestly.
Huh.
And the keyboard cost $10 more than the purple Switch version, but honestly, worth it. I think I'm gonna
that ain't shit.
I'm gonna end up putting more of the lube on just the stabilizers, and that's it. I mean, it's already basically silent. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Keyboards.
So what else is going on? I've been playing a game.
You've been playing a game?
Yeah, I've been playing a game. I've been playing a few games, but I'm playing a game.
All right, you can tell me about the game.
I got back into playing Genshin.
Oh, I've heard about this.
You've heard about me getting back into playing Genshin?
No, I've heard about Genshin Impact, and also I've just heard of stuff about some of the new stuff recently.
Oh, I haven't heard anything about the new stuff.
All right, Keith, tell us about.
Well, what did you hear about the new stuff?
I just heard that there's some of it's China and some of it is Japan, and that it's pretty cool. That's what I heard.
I was thinking, why are you playing a gacha where you have to like buy it?
Damn, Courtney's calling you out for playing a gacha. You're fucked.
Well, here's Courtney. We already have multiple hours discussing the gacha-ness of Genshin Impact and how it sucks.
I gotta run.
So I'm playing it
with my headphones on.
Because it's an alright game. Because I couldn't find another game to play. Like I finished playing whatever the fuck I was playing a couple weeks ago, and then I played The Forgotten City, and then I was like out of stuff to play, and I was like, everything that I want to play is coming out next week, and I don't have anything else that I want to play in the meantime. So I was like, well, I have Genshin, and that's free, and I already have it, so I went back to that. And it turned out that it was the 1 year anniversary of it. So they're like giving away some free stuff, which was, actually not that great. They did not give away a lot of free stuff. But it's been fun. That's like a pretty fun game. Like
away that whole game for free, I guess.
It really was a disservice, I think, how much the buzz about that game was about its similarities to Breath of the Wild, when really the thing that it is a single player MMO that has Breath of the Wild like traversal. And once you sort of get that part of it in your head, and you're just like, oh, this is just about like doing like loot loops, and it has like a surprisingly good single player story and some like decently implemented co-op, it becomes a lot easier to deal with. I was talking to my friend, a couple of friends of mine have been playing like nonstop since it came out. And I was talking about the gacha stuff with my friend Natan, and he was like, yeah, I just buy the like $5 thing that every day gives you a little bit of money for a month, and I just treat it like a month, like a low monthly subscription to an MMO. And I was like, oh yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Like just getting 90 extra in-game currency a day is kind of enough to sort of dampen the like grind, like the sense of grind. And it's sort of like, like I don't play gacha games. This is the only gacha game I've ever played. But I know the like pay to win feeling of like, yeah, I'll just put like $20 into this thing because it was free or it was cheap. And it's such a fleeting feeling. The like, yeah, I got all this stuff right now. And I do like the getting a little bit of money every day, that like it doesn't create these sort of big humps of like, I've like got I got my hit of getting a bunch of in-game currency or whatever, and then 2 weeks later, you're like, I need more stuff. I'm out of
Yeah.
stuff. I spent all of the stuff right away, and now I'm out of stuff again. And I think I don't like. I think every single free-to-play game is worse by including microtransactions or whatever. But I didn't consider like, yeah, you can sort of just treat this like an MMO. And I was like, oh, it not just treat it like an MMO. It plays exactly like an MMO. It's basically an MMO,
But with one person.
Which is the perfect MMO for me.
No, that's no.
Because my least favorite thing about the MMO is that they put all their time into having this annoying space where a bunch of other idiots are running around ruining my good time.
Oh no.
And instead they put like a pretty good story in there. And it is pretty good. Like, what's that, Courtney?
I think there should be only single player MMOs.
Yeah, me and Courtney are agreed on this.
Wow.
Hey,
majority rules.
Take the MMO out of MMO. Take all 3 letters out.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just RPGs. You're just talking about RPGs.
Yeah, make RPGs.
Hey, dude, go play FF12, I guess.
Ew.
Hey, yeah, no, I agree.
Anyway, yeah, I just like, I don't know, the because it's sort of like a long thing. As you're playing it, the plot to the Genshin like main story is like occasionally exciting, but there's like a lot of filler. But I started trying to explain to Isaac what was going on, and it was just like when you condense the story into like, okay, here are the important things that are happening. It's like crazy. Like there's a ton of stuff happening in that game that is like all pretty cool. It's I guess sort of like the victim to the MMO thing is that because it's like an MMO, there's a lot of sort of junk happening at the same time. So you'd never get like 10 hours straight of experiencing just the story, or a big chunk of the story will be like, yeah, this like mysterious guy wants to hang out with you for 10 hours. And then after that 10 hours of kind of doing chores with this guy, you get like a bunch of this cool story stuff about what you were just doing.
Weird.
Yeah, it is weird. But then when you try to tell someone about what it is you've been up to, it sounds great.
That sounds like just more MMO shit, honestly. That sounds straight out of MMO. Like where it's like it's stupid and boring if you're just looking at it, but when you're talking about what it is conceptually, it sounds really cool. You got more on Genshin.
I don't know. Don't play it. Don't buy anything.
Okay. Oh, well, I won't.
No, I would say, I think, Kylie, that you would like it more than you did when you tried it last year.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true.
And that you should try it.
Yeah.
There's a ton of content now, too. So if you just, like, want to mainline that story content, that is available in a way that has not been.
That's also
like,
what I want.
That is, like, why I stopped playing, was because I sort of ran aground by, like, skipping all of the like grindy stuff and just playing through the story, and I ran out of story because it just hadn't come out yet. And this time around I'm like taking more time with it, and I think it has been a credit to the game that it's been able to like sort of maintain my interest despite, like, I don't know, I put $15 into it a year ago, and I put another 15 into it this year.
That's
and I'm
not
like,
anything.
Okay. That's not
nothing.
anything. That's the price of a game once. Yeah. So,
I hate to say
about that.
I started feeling how tired I am all at once, like a minute ago. So now I'm like, oh god, we got to get into Steins Gate so that we can play it, so we can end this show, so that I can go to sleep before I have to work for 9 hours tonight.
Oh my god, why did you do
You guys haven't
this?
started the game yet at all.
We have not figured out.
Courtney, it's not my fault that you don't know what this show is.
Yeah, you've watched the show. I've seen you watch it.
Yeah.
Steins Gate.
I think that we have not exactly worked out how to do run button or how to do snooze button.
No. You were right. You were right the first time. It's been 11 years and we have not worked out how to do run button.
No, I was going to say with your new job.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you are working in the evenings, but then also not sleeping at night. So if you hadn't noticed, we haven't done snooze button in a little while, and it's because Kyler's been sleeping in the morning.
And I gotta say, I'm kind of feeling like maybe snooze button might be hitting the snooze button for a while sometime soon. You know, we kind of...
You just need...
You know, the impetus for snooze button was that you and I suddenly had way more free time, and that free time has dried up very quickly.
Right.
Wait, I have an idea. Why don't you do lunch button and it's only an hour long?
We can't do anything only an hour long.
We can't do that. We don't know how.
We try.
We're useless.
Yeah, this show was supposed to only be 90 minutes every week. And instead we do it for 3 hours.
Wait, I gotta share my resolution with you guys. I think,
something. Kylie, what you need to do is to try and get a more consistent schedule, and then we can figure out...
Hey, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to learn about Steins Gate. Stars 2 have a beginning, but now I'm so lost. I don't even know what's happening. Forget it. I'm closing the whole game.
Might as well just quit and go to bed.
Yeah, fuck it. No, I'm just restarting it.
What?
You closed the screen share, by the way.
Yeah, well, I closed the whole window. I closed the whole all of it. Here we are. It's Steins Gate. There's a semicolon in the title. And there's a satellite.
This is
the story of the girl.
Sci-fi horror game?
Hey, I found out as little as I could, and I forgot most of it. But I think this game has an anime made after it. I think it also has many sequels, I think.
Yeah, this is wordy.
Damn it, it's all these words.
All these fucking words already.
Don't they realize I'm trying to bang this out and go to sleep?
When do I get a gun? How come in English at 1% and then in the Japanese at 99%?
Huh.
うかつなことをするなと軽率なことをするなと見て見ぬふりをするなともっと注意を払えと陰謀の魔の手は思った以上にずっと短くなっていつでもお前を陥れようと手ぐすね引いているのだと
Oh, by the way, the ghost of Activate Windows has visited me.
Told ya.
I tried to run the Windows activation thing right before I started, but I forgot to disable Windows Defender, and so it went, "This is a virus," and then deleted it off my computer.
有限英知を持つ者こそ最も愚かであるが歴史からも読み取れる海に生ける魚は陸の世界を知らない彼らが英知を持てばそれもまた滅びゆく人間が光の速さを超えるのは魚たちが陸で生活を始めるよりも滑稽これは抗える者たちに対する神からの最後通告とも言える
What? That didn't mean anything.
I got it.
What'd you get?
That something's bad.
That fish shouldn't live out of water.
Wish that more like visual novel games were on the phone instead of on a computer.
That yeah. I can't say if that sounds like a bad idea. This is loud.
It's really loud. Look, I love like a looped and poorly done cicada noise as much as the next guy.
Wow, this looks like an anime visual novel character.
Haircut's all fucked up.
What is the what's the interaction level here? Is this like a dialogue, choose your dialogue situation, or is it just a visual novel?
Courtney, let us know.
Oh, it's just like you read a book. I mean, there is probably a good and bad ending and stuff.
How do you get one versus the other?
Oh, you have to play it.
Okay, so Courtney has chosen not to answer my question.
I don't know. I just know the anime.
Well, don't you feel so lucky that now you're getting to experience the game version?
I guess. I mean, I just read it on, like, the Wikipedia.
Wait, so did you watch the anime, or did you just read about it on Wikipedia?
No, I watched the anime, but then I read, like, what's the game like, and it's, like, the same thing, but it's, like, different.
Sick.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, no, I mean,
did you watch the anime on?
Fair. I mean,
I was forced to watch it at 1x speed. I couldn't watch it on 2x speed, and I had to read it subbed.
Yeah.
Why not just play the game at that point? You're just reading.
I know. I was watching it with other people, and they were like, "Well, we have to watch it in sub," and like when I know there's a dub of it.
Steins Gate.
Am I supposed to know what El Kongru means?
Keith, if you don't know, I'm not going to explain it to you.
Damn.
Steins Gate. Some know it as fate. To others, it is the will of God.
So I think I thought that I knew what Steins Gate meant.
I don't think
but maybe I don't. I thought I thought that Steins Gate was like referred to like an interdimensional portal, like that some like science guy made
in this story.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not say that you're wrong. We don't know anything about this yet. It definitely has
but I wouldn't
space.
call that the will of God. So maybe I'm wrong.
Well,
I mean, again, this is total osmosis. I have no
Yeah.
real idea about this game.
I have a feeling we're not going to be exerting too much will over this game in the short amount of time that we're about to play it.
Yeah, I feel like in light of our last time playing visual novels where we picked visual novels that we thought that we were going to be controlling and then we weren't, that you would have checked.
I mean, define controlling. I mean, I am forwarding the text right now.
I would say like picking places to go on a map and choosing dialogue.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Okay, so this is just an anime stock character. I used to hope that Mayuri might become the key to Steins Gate, but now I've reconsidered. This got weirder. I do want to know what's going on. I mean,
so we this main character like sucks and is like a crazy person, right? Like this is, I guess, like we don't yet know what Steins Gate is, but he's like, yeah, I was like gonna use, you know, my sort of childhood friend as the key to Steins Gate, and then I decided that was probably not good to consign her to some horrible fate.
Well, now we're at Dr. Nakabachi's time machine press conference. I did not realize. Now we're at a press conference for a time machine. This got way more interesting.
This is the enemy territory that he was talking about?
Wow, I thought I had been reading this, but you're clearly getting way more of it than I am.
When we came into this building and we could see the gumball machines, the main character said, "You can't just walk in the front door like a normal person. We're in enemy territory."
Oh, okay. This must be some kind of competing time travel scheme. It's competing against Steins Gate, obviously. I have since become Hoen Kyoma. Oh.
The insane mad scientist hunted by secret organizations the world over.
Okay, yeah. All right, normal.
There we go, spell it out.
Very normal guy. Cease your foolish laughter. Nice. All right.
Fucking guy seems like the worst.
Yeah, but like in a fun way, though.
Sure. I think the game is going like, yeah, this guy is the worst, right?
I mean, I'm always intrigued when like a visual novel is not expecting me to just play a cipher, like a blank, thoughtless character that I can just decide is me.
Honestly, any genre of video game, it's fun not to just play a cipher.
Yeah. We're here to learn about Dr. Nakabachi's time machine. He's mostly treated as a curiosity.
So anyway, have you guys been playing Animal Crossing?
What?
Yeah, where'd you?
Sorry,
did you just get coming from a time machine from March of last year? Did you use Doctor? I forgot his name already.
Nakabachi.
Did you use this guy's fucking time machine? Yeah.
Yeah, I was also about to say, did you just come from March 2020? No,
I mean, like, there's an update coming up.
No,
No,
listen,
I don't know anything about Animal Crossing.
Listen, I'm not a big
Brewster's
animal.
supposed to come in.
I'm not a big Animal Crossing fan. I just put 300 hours into it last year, and then I moved on with my life. That's all.
What about Brewster? The Brewster update coming soon.
Oh, well, I didn't realize that Brewster was coming.
I worked in Brewster for like 2 years. I'm done with that place.
Do either of you have like the one for the DS? Because I want to play that one, but it seems like it's really hard to find it.
I do have that one.
I have a copy.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, yeah,
I'm a famous Animal Crossing hater.
I have a... Yeah, Keith hates Animal Crossing. Buy his copy.
Okay. How much?
But also, you can just get a...
I'll just mail it to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say you can just use
at some point.
Use a flash card.
Yeah, you just use a flash card.
Courtney, don't you have a flash card? That's got to be your jam.
I do, but it's only for my DS, not the DS2.
Oh, I thought that's the one you were asking about.
What is the one that's on the DS?
New Leaf.
Animal Crossing New Leaf.
New Leaf. I thought you were talking about Wild World. I mean,
the best one?
I think Keith and I both have both of those.
No, I hate New Leaf. It's like my least favorite game of all time.
Which one is the best one?
I think New Leaf.
No, the one that's the best one is New Horizons. Like, if you're looking for a better Animal Crossing, you're not gonna find one.
Right? Yeah. The best one is the newest one.
The one, Courtney, I think the one that people talk about in hushed tones is the DS one, Wild World, but it's just because that was the Animal Crossing that the most number of people was their first Animal Crossing.
No, I feel like the one that people think is the best might be New Leaf.
Well, that's sad for them to think that.
Yeah, that game blows. I mean, it's really a miserable experience.
I mean, it doesn't blow.
It really does.
It's just inferior to New Horizons and almost
inferior, more like infuriating.
What?
I don't know what to believe.
All right, what if?
I think that you should. I almost find I have a hard time believing that Animal Crossing New Leaf is hard to find because
Nintendo keeps taking down their ROMs.
Yeah, Nintendo's just like that. They don't want you to buy the 3DS one. They want you to buy the new Switch one.
Right, but it's on cartridges. Yeah, there's a ton of them on eBay for like.
Wait, yeah, can't you download this game?
$12, $5.
No, I've been trying to. I mean, hopefully the FBI and Nintendo government isn't listening, but you can't find it because everyone doesn't upload their ROMs anymore for Nintendo.
We're talking.
At least Nintendo
keeps talking about eBay. I think
eBay right here, $5. Animal Crossing New Leaf 3DS 2013 tested works.
I have to pay for it. Well, how much is it?
I just said $5. Well, it's $5. Let's see. I will look at buy it nows. Buy it nows, $12, $15 free shipping, $15, $16 or best offer free shipping, $15, $2 shipping. Yeah, I mean, it's $15 on eBay. It looks like. I mean, there's some that are more, but I saw at least 5 for $15.
Are we under attack? Are they trying to fry our brains with electromagnetic waves?
I don't believe that the things that this guy thinks are happening are happening.
I think any of these things could be happening. Dust falls from the ceiling as the floor shakes. There's an explosion. His heart's racing.
Or was there?
Yeah, this thing's here now.
Ah, God, I just noticed if I don't just look at the
Corner.
the left little bit of my vision, I notice the whole thing. I can see stuff.
Why do I keep thinking visual novels will make okay content?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, good if they were good.
People love this game. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
that.
long.
It's just that it's just like it's less to talk about than a TV show.
Yeah. Well, see,
And-
the thing that got me kind of excited about it is that Courtney, when I asked Courtney about it, she did not claim to have fondness for the game. I now see in retrospect, but there was an enthusiasm, right? You gave me like wide eye emojis, and I was like, oh, it sounds like Courtney's got something to say about this thing.
I just feel like
Yeah.
Courtney will do that to anything.
Yeah,
I don't think.
guess so.
See, and this
Alright,
goes
it's-
back to me complaining about emojis a couple
Oh
weeks
no!
ago.
See, I gave you the wide eye emoji. No, those are just eye emojis. So it's like Illuminati eye emojis.
That's you always do two eyes with a mouth in the middle. That just makes a big wide eye face. I
Oh
think
no! If I'm just doing two eyes, that's like Illuminati.
Yeah, don't you
What
know
are
that?
What the fuck are you talking about?
If it's two eye emojis,
No.
that's like.
I mean, I don't know shit about what people think about the Illuminati, but even I know the Illuminati is one eye, not two eyes. What are you talking about?
Hold on, I'm gonna show the chat.
Everyone
what emojis
has
I
two
sent.
eyes. Again, I'm sorry to get so heated, but everyone has two eyes. Keith, back me up on this.
Yeah, Illuminati is
Every-
one eye, famously.
Okay, well, everyone in the Twitch, I posted the emojis. What are those two? What did the two eye emojis mean then?
They just mean wide eyes.
Just
like
I
your
think it
eyes
just
are
means,
open because you're like, oh, my eyes.
I
Oh.
think okay. I'm gonna stake what this isn't quite middle ground. What is it called when I think you're both wrong?
Oh,
Courtney,
both wrong.
obviously Illuminati is one eye. Illuminati would never be two eyes just looking. But also,
This is me.
these two eyes don't tell me anything except two eyes. These two eyes just mean two eyes. There's nothing else that means.
You just wanna see the Illuminati everywhere. You just think eyeballs are the
probably.
Illuminati. You've been
Yeah, it
brain
just means-
poisoned.
I feel like Keith has it
Oh,
right.
look, it's
yeah,
right
it just
here.
means eye.
It just means eyes.
It's right here. Let's play. We're just doing it. I'm moving to the other gate. You
Oh,
Did I
can't.
tell you guys about like Texas?
No. Tell us about Texas.
It sucks.
Yeah, I've heard
Nice.
from you that it does.
And like, there's some parts like the water's all gross, and like you have to have a filter on it, or the water's all like gross and like cloudy. And so I
Yeah.
wouldn't drink the Texas.
Okay.
water if you live in Texas.
Kylie, I'm putting in the Discord chat. This is the eyes that I thought you were saying that Courtney used. These eyes mean something.
Hey, all right.
I don't really know
All right,
what.
Okay, hey. It's okay, now we got the desktop. Now we're going to the. Okay, so this. All that we're talking about is Keith. Keith was thinking the one emoji with two eyes, but no. Courtney did the emoji of one eye twice.
Twice.
It's double Illuminati.
Right, it's double Illuminati. Yeah, like I don't know. Even just the fact that the eyes are brown are just like, yeah, this is just about eye. Like it's not like the Illuminati isn't one brown eye staring at you. I don't know. I don't know why, but it just seems just like a person's eye.
I think Courtney just sees eyes and assumes people are talking about the Illuminati. I think Courtney's always thinking about the Illuminati and assumes that everyone else is also.
Yeah.
That's
Although
my
I don't
take.
know. Courtney, my recommendation is to start letting the evidence that no one is ever talking about the Illuminati stack up for you.
Yeah, hold on. Like, I think I'm gonna do this from now on.
Oh, now we gotta
Hold on,
do
I'm
training. Gosh, my whole life is just nothing but this. So we won't get through any of the training, but the whole premise of this game sounded so weird. We're gonna need this training.
Try this.
Oh, Jesus
Do that. That's
Christ.
Illuminati.
These incursions are fracturing the regular
But the triangle's pink.
temporal anomalies.
It's the only color triangle that you get, I think.
This is like 400 DPI right now.
I didn't tell you about the rest of Texas, how much it sucks.
Well, no, because we asked you and you're like, it sucks.
Oh yeah, but there's still more stuff. And
Yeah,
also,
no,
there's no
keep going.
seafood in Texas.
There's what?
Seafood.
No seafood.
No seafood.
We need you to take
I believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, I
that
believe that
sounds-
there's less seafood.
That definitely makes
There's a lot
sense.
of meat. There's a lot of meat because, like, you know, this is beef country. So, like, there's a lot of
Sure.
cows and stuff and, like, you know, barbecue.
Welcome
And I
to
don't-
beef country.
Hey,
I don't like
when you're
beef.
here, you're in beef country.
What? Everyone's beef in Beef Town.
I don't like hold to sprint. That's some bullshit.
I'm sure that you can.
And everything's far apart because I wanted to go to Roswell.
Yeah, Texas
but
is enormous.
Yeah, Roswell is 8 hours away.
Roswell's not in Texas.
Isn't it?
No, it's in New Mexico.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It's just kind of one of those. You know, it's like thinking New York is in, I don't know, New Jersey or something.
I think it's more. I think it's like being in New Hampshire and being like, everything's so far away. I want to go to Burlington, and it was like 4 hours.
Because
Burlington's in Vermont.
Different, and I don't think it would be 4 hours.
And I went to the
Yeah, no. If you're in southern New Hampshire, Burlington's like 4 hours, 4.5 hours maybe. It's like far. Like Burlington's up there.
And I went to NASA, and there was no alien stuff in the NASA space station.
Nassau County Space Station.
No, NASA, like the airship.
I'm not even fucking around. I thought that's what she meant. I thought she
Am I
meant
saying? Am I
NASA.
saying? Yeah, am I? NASA. Not NASA.
NASA.
NASA. Yeah.
Doesn't sound right.
It does actually sound
Well, it
right.
is.
It sounds wrong when you say Nassau because that's a county.
Right. Nassau is a New England county.
Also in New York too.
Yeah, I'm sure it's all over the place.
I don't think it's in New England.
It's not. There's one in Florida. There's one in New York.
Okay, I thought it was.
I think there's one in New England too.
I was gonna say I thought it was in Florida. So when Courtney said New York, I was like, oh, now I don't know.
I'm pretty sure there's a New England one too. I don't know, maybe
Return
I'm
to
wrong.
gate. Why am I returning to gate?
And also in Texas.
I'm just collecting these.
It was pretty cold this summer, so that means it's probably going to be super bad in the winter, and they're going to have another cold snap that kills people.
Yeah. I hope not.
Ooh, there's a couple in New York. You got a couple Nassaus in New York?
Wait, what? More than one Nassau County in one state?
Yes.
That's illegal. What do you mean?
It is illegal.
How do you know? Which is what?
There's a Nassau town in Rensselaer County.
I'm sure you got that right. There's no way.
There's a Nassau County on Long Island.
That's the one I know.
Long Island has multiple counties?
Long Island is huge.
It is
it's
huge,
enormous.
but
I mean, but like all the counties are like 2 miles long.
I already lost myself.
It's pretty deep.
That's what happened. We started talking about Texas, and it all went to shit.
So there's a lot of white people in Texas.
Yeah, that tracks.
Although
It depends on what part of Texas. Texas is a very diverse state.
Courtney, is everything bigger in Texas?
No.
What
Everything
is-
sucks in Texas.
Oh
That
yeah,
should be the
bigger
new slogan.
assholes.
What is bigger?
That's
in
the
Texas?
slogan for Texas. It should be everything sucks in Texas.
I don't know if that would get people to visit.
Why are you in Texas?
Because my fiance lives here.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh,
I guess I
Ian?
didn't realize that.
Stop saying it. No.
Who?
Let me think. SpongeBob.
Uh-oh, now you know, folks. Now you know that
Stop it.
she's
No,
married
stop
to
it.
someone named Ian. Uh-oh.
Stop it.
Now now you're free to go and destroy their lives maliciously with...
And also, we went to the beach in Texas, and the beaches in Texas suck. It's like there's poop water all in Texas. Like if you go to the beach, it's full of poop water alerts.
Gross.
And like you shouldn't be putting your head in the water because you could die and get like what do you call that thing where you drink the poop water and you get diarrhea?
Like cholera?
Yeah, cholera. You could get cholera from going into the beaches in Texas, and like the water and like even the beach water in Texas is all like dirty and muddy, and then the sand on the beach is like made out of broken glass and shells, so it's not good to step on.
All beaches are made out of broken glass. and
Don't
shells.
but
even
not
pretend
when
you're
in
a
the
beach
soft one.
person.
It's like it's the crunchy shit.
Courtney, can I say this? Can we agree that in like the decade that you've been appearing on Run Button, that like there hasn't even been one thing that was like kind of weird that ever like you know?
What do you mean?
I mean,
I feel like
I
Courtney
know.
does a lot of things that are weird.
I guess what I mean is, if you're gonna be tracked down by a murderer and then killed by them, it can only happen once. I do admit that it only takes one murderer to kill you, but like, there's never even been like a fan who tried to contact you or any. I just mean nothing has come of Run Button in your life whatsoever, right?
Yeah, because I keep it hidden, so I think that's like you see.
We say your last name all the time.
Yeah, we say your last name every time
my
you're
fake
on.
name. I just tell you guys that we should all change our last name. So that is my slave
No,
last
that's
name.
okay. Listen, this, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but I am saying this is your solution to everything, because you never remember your email address. You just make new email addresses so they can't track you. And then when we were trying to do this show, you couldn't log into Discord because you forgot your email and your password, and so you were just gonna have to make a whole new Discord. You just like to cut and run. You just like to slash and burn.
But there's also a difference between like just you saying I think that we should all choose last names doesn't mean that we haven't been saying your last name.
Yeah, but see, that's not gonna be my last name. I'm thinking
that's-
I should change it to something else.
You don't.
Right, you have a great opportunity. You're about to get married.
In.
We can come up with a new last
Didn't
name.
even think about that. But
Admittedly, you did say that you should change your last name because there's something about the patriarchy, and taking your fiance's last name wouldn't exactly fit.
We
with
come
that-
up with a whole new last name.
I do have to say though, there's a bit more to becoming like. There's a bit more to being like a ghost off the grid invisible person than like changing your
Than
name.
legally changing your name
Like
with the
there's
U.S. government.
there's just gonna be a piece of paper somewhere that says the person who's now Courtney Ian used to be Courtney Stevens. Like it's not actually gonna hide your tracks in any way.
Yeah. And your point.
Nothing really.
I don't know. I think the point was laid out pretty clearly that
Nah.
changing your last name means telling the government who you're trying to get away from, and so I guess it doesn't really doesn't really work. That
Not
you'd have to
witness
like
protection.
pretend to change it.
How about witness protection?
That's still the government does that. Witness protection
Okay.
from the government.
No. I guess if I went off grid, it doesn't matter. I could just always change my name to whatever I wanted if I lived off the grid.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
back
you'd
in
be
like
off the grid.
like back in the 1900s.
But
like
I guess what it comes down to is like when you're living off the grid under
Wait,
a
sorry,
new
I really need to know what the follow-up to it back in the 1900s was going to be.
God damn it.
Because in the 1900s, like think of like all those murderers. I'm not a murderer. I'm just saying like all the murderers that like the HG house guy that like he made like a house that kills people. Like he just traveled state to
What?
state and gave people fake information. So like
What are you even
before
talking
government-
about?
I'm just saying is that I
Courtney,
feel like
how long ago were the 1900s?
about like 120 years ago.
No!
No.
The 1900s were between
You were born in the 1900s.
21
Oh, I meant,
and
no, like the early
121
1900s,
years
like
ago.
when it's like 1900.
The 1900s.
Okay.
Okay.
You by the 1900s you mean 1900.
I just like I don't know. I'm just unhappy, you guys. Oh, here we are.
Sorry, Kylie, I interrupted you because I was pretty sure that Courtney meant 1800s when she said 1900s, and I wanted to focus.
Also,
on
like
that.
probably in the 1800s too, like people could just go to another country and be like, "Hey, my name's like Bobby Jones," and
Yeah,
like you know.
Sure. And what does this mean
Yeah,
for you?
what is that?
I'm just saying, like I think that everyone should change their last name if they want to.
Like the murderers did.
Okay.
In the
No, not like
back
that.
in the
No, look.
1800s, murderers used to get away with murder by changing their last names. So I think we should all do that.
No, I'm just saying, like, the way to break the patriarchy is to, like, stop using the last names that we were given
Explain.
and make up new names.
Why?
How would that break the patriarchy?
What?
Then you can be-
Even more. Let's start with. How is that even related to the first thing you were talking about?
What do you mean?
Like, how is anonymity from past crimes? What does that have to do with destroying the patriarchy?
There were never crimes before. You guys kept bringing up crime.
No, that's you brought it up.
You brought up crime.
You were like, remember in the 1900s, murderers could get away with murder so easy, and we're like, yeah, I guess. And you're like, anyways, I think we should all change our names to destroy the patriarchy. And I'm asking you to elaborate a little bit on the thread that connects those two ideas.
Okay, well, they just changed their names without asking the government.
Okay.
Who?
The criminals.
Murderers.
Okay.
Like,
And
how
s-
come we just can't change our last names, but, like, we could, like, just keep saying that it's not the same
Okay.
as our government ID?
All right. I'm being generous here, but I'm granting you that I also don't think that you should need to clear what
Yeah.
your name is with the government.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the government should know all that stuff. It's just that it is kind of the practical reality that we live within.
Right.
Yeah, I know that, but, like, I'm just saying, I don't need the government to change my last name. I could just say what my last name is.
Yeah,
Right.
that's fair.
But then what would happen is that, like, if you went to try to get a job, you'd be like, what you said, Bobby Jones. If you went and told them, I'm Bobby Jones and I want to work here, they'd be like, your fucking name is not Bobby Jones.
Yeah, but, like, they always, like, on, like, job paper, they always, like, do you have a nickname? And you just type in that name.
Right. I guess I just don't see how that's not just already possible then.
Also, the work doesn't need to know my fake real name.
Okay.
It's not like I talk to people, like, when I had a job, it's not like I talk to people
Right.
outside of
Okay.
work.
But I don't but then how does it
But then, yeah, what you're
If
talking
you're
about then is already the reality.
if you're legal would it
Just say, Okay, like what? Okay, if
No.
said my name was Bobby Jones,
Yeah.
and like they say, and they know my government name is like my real name, like I don't give a shit if work knew my real government name, because like in my real life, work isn't the same as real life. So like the work is like whatever, but like when I
Right.
go out to real life and the Starbucks lady asks me what my name is, I'm gonna give her my real fake name.
Right. Okay, so you're saying why doesn't everyone just have an alias?
Yeah.
I do have an alias.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
so-
true. Kylie does have an alias.
I guess I'm. It's whatever.
And then, okay, so then the next step is
I'm exhausted.
the next step is so anyone can have an alias, and they can use privately and anonymously when they so choose. And if everyone did that, that would
What would that mean?
stop the patriarchy.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, why don't we do that more?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I just don't think a lot of people think that's useful.
I guess. I mean, if you're saying why aren't people choosing their own names, I think people are doing that more now than certainly ever in our lifetimes before.
Also true.
Okay, well then that's good.
Yeah.
Sure.
How is Steins Gate? How is Lemnis Gate?
I couldn't pay attention to it because I was trying to figure out what smashing the patriarchy had to do with having a nickname like
Well,
Slim.
I think Courtney, if I had a criticism of what I think that your idea is, it would be that you have a tendency to think that that there's one weird trick to fix giant like structural issues with our culture. And so I don't think that there's any one thing that can not even end, but even really damage patriarchal society, including if we all got rid of our last names. I don't think that would do it. It's just
yeah,
like,
I mean, like, I guess what I keep thinking when you were bringing this up is like, you know, there are people like the United States government definitely doesn't want you to do that. They want to have an identity for you. They want you to be like barcoded and tagged so they can keep track of you and know where you are at all times and what you're doing and that kind of thing. And I don't think that's good, but you're not getting around that by just being like, call me Shorty.
well, because they want to get Shorty. Famously, they want to get Shorty.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like I'm thinking about how, you know, changing your identity is like a serious, difficult task in this world. But then again,
Yeah, but that's only because we make it. So if everyone believed, then it would happen.
Courtney,
No.
it's fine. No, I know how this works. There's just not enough people that like the same ideas that I like.
Yeah, I am agreeing with that.
It's not, I guess the thing is, for me, it's not a power of belief. It's more that it's something the government is doing to people. Like the government forces itself on people. And so it doesn't matter how many people believe that they shouldn't do that, without some enormous amount of active participation in ending that, it
But
will
I don't.
just keep
But I don't
happening.
care about the government. It's like what this person on Twitch is saying. Jones, Malice Cream is saying like
Jones, comma, ice cream.
Oh.
Malice Cream.
Oh, that did.
The evilest cream.
Courtney, Malice Cream Jones has been watching Run Button for years.
Yeah.
On Twitch, it divided the name up to, it looked like, because I have it on, it divided up to Jones, Malice Cream.
Yeah.
Valid scream is really funny. I like it.
Or maybe they did that like on purpose. I don't know.
No, it definitely just says Jones, ice cream.
Okay, but I was saying, but like, if I don't care about the government, like they're saying it's like nothing's stopping you from just telling everyone a different name. So I just don't understand why can't you just tell people a different name?
I do.
You can't. It just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, you like. I guess the answer is lots of people have always done that. And also, what's your point?
Wait, speak again.
Okay. Ooh, mask off, everybody. Kylie Theodora is not my legal name. You can just say a name that's not your legal name.
Yeah.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, it's just that it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. But what's your point? That's your real name.
No, it's not.
Hey.
I mean, it depends on what you mean by real name.
Sure. Yeah.
But
it's a definitional issue.
Like the one that
you're saying, why can't we just make up our own names? And I'm like, yes. We can do that. That's what I'm doing right now. And now I'm looking for your response to that.
Then if that's what you're doing, then that's real, because like you're doing it right now. You can't like fake.
I know it's happening.
Yeah, so I think we're both agreeing.
Okay. And I'm glad that we're agreeing on that. Perfect.
So I also have this other thing.
No, now it's my turn to talk. I like to say that. Oh, now the music's off now.
I shut it off because you both said that you wanted to say something.
Oh no, I was just trying to be like, hey, if the outro music is playing, I'm talking over the outro music.
Okay, sure.
I have the real outro music right here.
Okay.
But I have one more idea.
Go ahead.
Okay, you know how cottagecore is popular now because people want to get away from the city and technology?
Uh-huh.
Was the Unabomber the first cottagecore?
I hate you. No, I love you, Courtney. Thank you so much for that. That's
cottagecore has been around for a long time.
Well, we'll be back in a week or two, and you guys can know what I think about the 2 games I just bought, which are... No, I'm pausing this. I'm rewinding the outro music. The 2 games I recently bought was The Forgotten City and Deathloop, and it wasn't until afterwards I realized I accidentally bought 2 games with essentially the exact same premise.
I would have liked to have talked about those this week.
It's too bad. Come back.
We wasted so much time.
Uh-huh.
I feel like you could have tightened up that keyboard story.
Oh, fuck you!
That's not very nice to say to each other.
We can't hear it.
This is the Illuminati emoji that Keith decided. That's an emoji. That's an Illuminati. If you see an eye over a pyramid, that's Illuminati.
But it looks like a face because the eye looks like a face, and then the triangle looks like a little mouth.